All right, so I'm just gonna kind of wing this. If you're watching this, welcome to the first episode of Put It in the Car podcast. This is just like like an intro roundtable discussion video to let everybody know like our backgrounds as far as collecting, what we're into, hobbies and stuff like that. If any one of you guys want to start first, that's fine. Unless you guys want me to start that off, I don't mind. But
start it off, man.
Yeah, you the host, sir.
You the
host. It's your show. Yeah, you go ahead.
Like, what are you doing, idiot? Start it off. Well,
he's being humble, man. He's being humble.
To make this like quick short, my name is Nick Steele. Pretty much as far as collecting, like I'm open to any and every line for the most part. I mainly collect imports. I have like a love-hate relationship with Legends. I only say that because like they come out with a majority of characters that I don't necessarily collect, but regardless if it's Toy Biz or Hasbro, as long as it's X-Men, I'm all over it. Trying to think also as far as like any other lines or stuff like that I collect heavy. I want to say Revoltech and SH Fig Arts for the most part. And then like little things here and there, but mainly like third-party stuff though. But I'm not really too heavy in the third-party lines. And then I have some kind of background in 3D printing and 3D sculpting. I would like to kind of elevate that, but it's not really there yet. Mainly for the simple fact that I want to create my own toys and like do add-on kits and stuff like that. So, and with that being said, I will say next. So if that's the case, you know what, Ivan, we're gonna go with you next.
So I do 1,000 toys. I do Mayfix or Mofix, however you want to say it. Do Mesco, even though lately I've kind of stopped a bit. Now I'm just cherry picking. And also do Jason Todd or anything Red Hood. So Revoltech or whatever it may be. I'll normally buy 3. I have a problem, but I'll start with 2, and then I'll see somebody customize something, and next thing you know, I'll end up getting another. But yeah,
so you've probably been getting all the variants of Jason Todd for Mcfarlane, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Bad word. Sir. And then I get another one so I can do the thighs. Yeah.
Dante's not about Mcfarlane. We'll get into it.
I just want to stick with Jason Todd, really, because that way I save some money. But his stuff's expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that's what I'm into. And fodder, I buy a lot of fodder. I don't know why, I just do.
From like,
it's always handy to have that on deck. Seriously, I wish I had like a whole bunch of it, but I got that sparsed everywhere. So
yeah. That's it.
I guess I'll go next. Well, my name is Fidel. I customize my like Instagram as that Commander Kit Bash, but really I kind of mess around with mainly NECA for right now. I collect a bunch of lines from it: Gargoyles, Horror, TMNT Movie, TMNT Tune, but I only got the main people whenever it comes to Tune for now. And then I also do model kits, like Star Wars model kits. I do some Storm collectibles. Just kind of really stuff that just intrigues me. I guess like Hot Toys too. I got a couple of Hot Toys. Try not to delve too much into it, but man, it gets expensive.
Yeah, it does.
But I also do a fair bit of customizing, like pretty much any toy that I get. Like I do some sort of modification to make it better, like either paint jobs or replacing parts. But yeah, it's a whole thing, and I'm trying to pick up more things like 3D printing, sewing, like 3D sculpting. But it's an ongoing battle. But that's about it with me.
I guess it's my turn. Good Lord. For those who do know me, you already know. For those who do not know me, I am Dante, aka Dark Joker Zen. Wow. Where to start? I guess I do collect Mayfix, more like the DC line, and some of the Marvel line that they put out. really deep down Marvel Legends as well. Pick and choose in Metasco, Master of the Universe Revelation line. Right now, NECA with the Gargoyles. Man, I mean, some wrestling figures. Try and get most of the AEW figures, and I pick and choose from WWE wrestlers. Valaverse, Action Force line I collect. Lord, I gotta look around because I forget what I even collect anymore. The OG Power Rangers, and that's really it. But figure wise, I do 3D printing as well. Let's see, and just some toy photography, and that's it. That's it from me. I don't do anything else. That's it.
No, that's a cool little repertoire.
I forgot. I do have this little thing, this little Rinky Dink show called the Infinity Equation as well. So
What is it?
It's a small podcast. You know, it ain't really special. It's just some trash talking on top of Mcfarlanes. That's all. Whereas I was called a social justice warrior at this point. Like I'm an SJW now, from what I was understanding. So
you don't dig the messed up shin joints and
look, that man,
the unswappable parts. Whoa, he cracking his knuckles.
Those who do not know, I cannot stand Todd McFarlane anymore. After his interview from last week, that dude is off my list. Like he's done.
Oh,
like,
the whole woman thing. The no women.
Not even just that. It's just like he's stuck in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
He's a habitual liar. He lies about a lot of stuff. And I'm just done with him. He just doesn't understand what collectors want. He thinks it's just like kids buying his stuff, and it's not. It's not just kids buying his stuff. He's got to understand, like, you may be making it for kids, but most of the time it's us as collectors buying it.
Yeah.
You really don't like. I stood at Target today. I didn't see no kids clamoring for like, oh, let me get Superman. Oh man, this is that cool Batman I've been looking for. Nah, nobody was even looking at it. I seen a grown man looking at it, and probably about my age. He's like, yo, let me get these Master of the Universe Revelation figures off the shelf. Pick these up.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
no, like his stuff is just sitting there on shelves. So yes, I am the true Toddy Mac. Unless you want to say
Toddy Mac.
the slacker of him and his stuff and his work anymore. The man disappoints me anymore. I thought of him like a father figure, but now I just like he disappointed me.
You gotta remember, Dante, he's a genius. That's what everybody keeps saying. Like,
well, maybe back in the 90s when it was cool, have Spawn and Image,
And he was popping off with the statues, the little toy statues and everything.
Yeah. I mean, figures that didn't barely move. I mean, that was cool for the 90s. We didn't get that much, but then now we're in 2022. Why would I want a figure like that?
Yeah.
Some of the figures that he like, there are some hidden gems that he's been coming out with. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like Swamp Thing, Violator, like the big figures, mainly the ones that he has a bigger budget with. Mm-hmm. Those guys are usually knockouts, but you're right with mainly the other lines. Like, it's not it. It's not on point.
Yeah.
Me personally, I feel as if he caters more to Spawn than he does for like DC and stuff like that. Like his Spawn figures are actually like on point. Like I could mess around with those, and well, I don't know about the Kickstarter one. I don't own that one.
Okay, I'll guarantee say because he habitually lied on that Kickstarter one.
That was a pretty bad one, man.
Yeah,
he got me. He duped everybody on that one.
The only thing that like really kind of made that one like rocky for me was the torso. I saw it from the get-go. I was like, that torso isn't moving, man. Like they're not. That's a static torso. It's not gonna fly.
But you see how he did it though. He waited till like after he got the money. He was like,
"Yeah,
well, I can't put that in there. I can't put this joint in there." I'm like, dude, how is it Mezco, Storm Collectibles, and Storm Collectibles is doing it without you even seeing the joint half the time. So how are you not able to do it?
Yeah. And then he's like, this had to be a Kickstarter because nobody wants to buy Spawn anymore. And it's like, but you came out with 2 waves already, or is it 3 waves already?
Exactly. See?
No, I think he's damn near on number 4 now at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like,
habitual liar.
yeah.
I
But
just need an Artemis. Yeah, I'm good.
yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean. Sorry, Nick. Hey, you know how they mean.
It started off at a bad note. We were just talking about McFarlane, like right out the get go.
Look,
Like F that man, F him. Like,
look. I'm not saying.
Like,
I'm not saying. Look, like screw him. It's like, but yo, he. I gotta say the story for next Friday. But there's a story I gotta tell that from a GameStop manager who's like, yo, F Todd McFarlane. She truly hates that man with all the passion in the world.
Okay.
And I was all for it.
I'm trying to figure out, like, yo, is cancel culture, they coming for him or no?
No,
I don't think so just yet.
Nah.
I mean,
Too many people praising him, praising that man.
That comment that he made with the whole Wonder Woman thing, like, or not Wonder Woman, just women figures in general, like, it kind of skated that level where he's not gonna get in trouble for it. But it's like, I don't know, man. He's not staying true to DC. Well, he's staying true to Batman, but he ain't staying true to DC.
just real quick before we move on, I want to give you some numbers that thanks to Bleeding Cool put out. And I love it because this makes this man a full-time liar. Marvel Legends released in 2021, 147. Number of female figures released, 34. Percentage of the line, 23%. Star Wars Black Series released in 2021, 75. Number of female figures, 9. Percentage of it, 12%. Master of the Universe figures released in 2021, 25. Number of female figures, 5. 20% of the line. WWE figures released in 2021, and this is ridiculous, 246 figures. Number of females in line, 38. 15% of the line. DC Multiverse release in 2021, 91. Number of female figures, 9.
Wow.
10% of the line.
9.
And you know they weren't the different ones. They were the same ones. Probably like 6 or 7 different Wonder Womans, Harley Quinns, and whoever else he put in there.
Siri from The Witcher.
No, so they just counted multiverse. Now they counted all his whole McFarlane toy line. 177 figures, 12 female figures out of that line, 7% of the line.
That's still pretty bad.
Yep.
My thing is, like, why are people like counting out like female figures or female characters?
I don't know, man. That's wild. Like,
because they don't sell to kids. That's what they're going to tell you.
But everybody's been like going for Gamora, or not Gamora, Demona from Gargoyles right now. Like, everybody's like running to Target to go get it right now. Everybody's trying to get that wire. But that's the thing too. It's like he thinks that the story that he made whenever he said that comment, like where he's like, "Oh, this kid just," it just sounded so 90s too, where he's like, "This kid just got a all A report card and." He's like been waiting all week for a toy that his dad promised him, and it's like, bro, what era are you living in?
Exactly.
It's like he gets to pick one toy and go home, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get this Wonder Woman figure. It's like, yo, bro, like you disconnected for a while.
And that's what kills me the most, because he doesn't look at, like, you just looking at Hasbro as your competition, saying you throw the shot at Eternals all you want.
Yeah.
Shimmy. But you didn't look at Fortnite. You look at Pokemon, they fly off the shelves.
Yeah.
Like, you're not looking at what kids are doing these days. Like, it's not about toys. Everybody thinks it's kids, like they're marketing to. They can say people can say it's for kids, but honestly, we all know who's buying it.
For sure.
Adult collectors, most time.
For sure.
The thing is, most kids are only looking towards, and who are now in this day and age are on whatever new hotness is out there.
I see like Roblox, like the show, because I pass by there. Like I see Roblox, like Lego taken out. Like I see Fortnite taken out. Like Halo is getting up there because it's on the hype train again. But I think that's just because modern collectors and all that. But yeah, man, like you're right. It's mainly just us. Like every time I go to like the McFarlane aisle or the Marvel Legends aisle, it's dudes like us, man. It's dudes that look exactly like us.
Maybe looking at you too when you pick up the they want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're like, look, dude, there's too much. Look, there's a little bit of Marvel here. You got that DC stuff. Go buy some of that. Help your boy Toddy Mac out.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's crazy.
Since you love him so much, nah. And it's funny, like even when I went to Target today, there's 2 Targets I went to today. Like it was still a little bit packed with Legends, but like
mainly Eternals.
The most like the 2 Targets I have in my area, there was only Pheno left for Eternals. That was it. And then the other one had like I think like 3 or 4 Eternals on the shelf, and then some of it was the Multiverse of Madness wave that was picked through. But it's just like, Todd, I see your stuff like jam packed on the shelf. My one Target had at least like a good foot long of space.
Yeah,
like you're buying. That's just all the space you're buying in retail. Like there's 2 Power Rangers on the shelf, 2 GI Joes on the shelf, barely any Marvel Legends on the shelf, but you selling these by like gangbusters. Okay. Yeah. Only ones I see missing are Batman and Catwoman. Riddler's still on the shelf. Bruce Wayne's still on the shelf. Your gold label edition, whatever you want to call it, Batman's still on the shelf. Like, and that's what kills me too. Is like what he does. He puts out the same figure 3 times with no accessory. You got the regular figure, you got the gold edition figure, and then you got the prototype paint figure.
Yeah. The double pistol or the double pistol fingers for the Red Hood. I get it, man. They got their hands tied with all that stuff, but that's you gotta give them something else, man.
Right. And you can understand that, but the problem is it's just like, yo, like, come on, really, dude. Like, I understand you can't put weapons with them. All right.
But you get like, or something.
Yeah, give them extra hands or give them extra heads. Like, but I guess your figures are so stiff and disjointed. Like, I guess you would be scared to pop the head off because it might break apart.
Yeah.
Is the weapons thing, is that just a DC mandate, or is everybody trying to get on that?
I don't think Marvel Legends is on that just yet. I think they were hitting a road bump with it a couple times, but I think they're no longer on it. Like I think I've seen a couple of Legends with some weapons in it, but not like real guns or anything like that. Not like Punisher or anything, but you know,
I'd rather do them like have Marvel Legends still do the whole color gun accessory. I know that's not a fan favorite with everybody, but I'd rather them do that than just no guns at all.
Yeah,
but I mean,
like
Todd mentioned,
like the AIM soldiers where they have that big yellow gun. It's like it doesn't even look like a gun. It just but you know it's a gun. Yeah,
but it's just like the whole. I understand if you can't do guns with every character, but to give knives to the characters who use guns is just a huge smack in the face.
Like what's his name, Grifter or Drifter? Mm-hmm. He's getting like a knife and a sword, which he did have a sword apparently in the comics, but it's still weird.
But that's the problem with DC too. Like, why would you let Grifter just be made without the whole rest of the Wildcats team? Like, you just got. He's the only one who made it out of whatever his universe is. Like, really, it's just Grifter. You don't have none of the other ones. Spartan, I forget what was her name with the blades. I forget the rest of the team, but
just the rest of the Wildcats, like you're just releasing Grifter. Like he's cool, he's a cool design, but like, what is it without the other team?
Exactly, and that's what I think Ty don't understand too. Like, you can make Justice League figures, but you just can't keep making Superman without. Wonder Woman. You can't make it without Naomi. You can't make it without Hawker. Like, you need those figures. Like, somebody's going to want to complete that team.
For sure.
And they're going to be like, look, I just got a whole set. Yeah, see? I want to complete team. Like, but you got like 20 different Supermans out here. They ain't completing the whole Justice League. You got 20 different Batmans. They can be a Justice League themselves of just Superman Batman.
They did the dark Batman Justice League before they did the actual Justice League. That's trippy, man. That's real trippy.
Because as Ty said, he's like, they show me pictures and things. I was like, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And they're like, well, this is so-and-so. I don't care. That's cool. That's cool. Like, you don't know these characters' names. You just know it has ears and a mask and it's a Batman. That's all you see.
It's a wild time.
I'm kind of nervous about that weapons pack though, because if it's weapons, like they start
Oh,
to
yeah.
warp after a little bit. So
Yeah.
I'm not too trusting with the guns and stuff like that.
They're
To
all
me, that just
gummy.
makes no sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, I guess, is a good compromise for the collectors. But if you weren't thinking about collectors, you wouldn't be thinking about making that pack.
Exactly. Honestly, like, what stopped me from getting a Mezco weapons pack and just giving them guns? Like, at this
Yeah.
point, you say you're going to do it, but when's it going to happen?
Yeah.
Like, we've been waiting.
It's like
The only one.
I like that Mezco does that, where it's like, hey, we're coming out with this Two-Face Batman figure. By the
Yep.
way, there's also this weapons pack that looks that we're gonna post with completely different figures, but you know what's going on, basically.
Yep.
That makes
And
sense.
look how they do it. They do it after the figures get released. Like, hey, here's our weapons pack.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just what I've been wanting.
Makes sense.
Ivan, I need to ask, if somebody starts doing like if a third party company starts doing Red Hood, are you going to get into it?
Yeah. I mean, I even got some prints. I just haven't been able to print them yet.
Your cool kids and your printers and whatnot. Like,
The only thing I probably haven't gotten are like the statues. That's just because they're expensive.
Yeah.
And I got the Hot Toys, but now I need another one because you got Arkham Knight and then you got Red Hood.
Oh yeah.
And now he's like 500 plus, so it's like, ugh.
Yeah, Hot Toys jump up in price so quick.
Which, by the way, that was the coolest. Like, I knew that dude was gonna be like Jason Todd, but at the same time, like whenever they did it in the actual game, it was cool as hell the way they did it, where he's like, it's cracked and then it starts turning red, and it's like he takes off the ears. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool as shit. That's something new. But
Yeah.
So I got two of the figures, the Revoltech, and then I saw when they made the jacket, and I was like, I need a third. Yep.
That's how they get you.
Look, don't feel bad. I'm the same way with Spider-Man. Everybody's like, why do you need like 6 black suit Spider-Man? So I was like, why don't I need black suit 6?
Right? Why not? Right?
Why don't you have 6 black suit Spider-Mans? Come on, man, get with it.
Yeah. Like, if you're a real Spider-Man fan, you have 6 of them. I mean, just in case.
Exactly.
Nah, basically, I don't know what his name is, his actual name. I know he goes by Nice Everything on Instagram. He took the Revoltech Red Hood body and put like I don't know where he got this head sculpt from. He put like a Bucky Winter Soldier head sculpt on that figure. It actually looks pretty nice. I think he kit bashed one of the arms with Revoltech cable, and then just made like his own like makeshift like Revoltech Winter Soldier.
That's real cool.
Nice.
That's not bad.
But honestly, I'm really waiting for Mayfix to do it, because it seems like how the road they're going, they're doing all Jim Lee renditions of stuff.
Yeah,
and I don't mind that, but at the same time, like, considering the fact they already came out with that Jason Todd head sculpt for Hush, I feel like Jason Todd himself is like literally around the corner somewhere.
I have 2 of those. Yeah.
Wait, the Hush figure?
The Hush? Yeah.
Does that Hush not come with the Jason Todd head?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah. But I saw one with the cloth jacket, so I was like, yeah, I need 2. Yeah.
Wait till
wait. So they hold on. So
no problem.
Did the original one come with a plastic jacket or a cloth one?
Yeah, I think it's plastic. Yeah.
Okay. No, I honestly, like, I haven't owned a fucking Mayfix figure in a minute. I think the last one I've had was like both Batman and Superman from Batman versus Superman. Those are like the last 2 Mayfix figures I've had.
I want that Nightwing too. That Nightwing looks good.
Yeah. All the Hush figures, they look like. The only one that I don't like, but this is just because of the design that Jim Lee went with, is that Hush Joker. I don't like that one so much.
Really? I like that Joker.
It's just too bony. It just looks, or it's not even bony. It's more like toony. Like, I don't know. Like the other ones, they look human. They look okay. These are the ideal versions of these characters. But that Joker, he just like complete block.
Look,
like
the woman had some surgery. He has some surgery done. Okay.
Yeah, I get it. But he just looks like he was kind of lifted off of something. He looked like he was lifted off of like a Tim Burton Joker, but like a Tim Burton drawn Joker. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then they put him in a Jim Lee book, and it's like, he's cool looking. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's real cool looking, but I don't think that's like my ideal looking Joker. He needs to have a little bit more of a I guess, cheeks. You just
So what do you think about the deleted scene, Joker?
no, man.
No,
I didn't like him too much, man. Honestly, he's just too poofy.
Yeah.
It's the other end of the spectrum where he's just like chewed up, man. He's like really chewed up.
Yeah.
he just dropped it in some acid. Like, come on.
But they
Like,
said that
my man's gonna have some swelling somewhere.
they said
swelling ain't gonna go
he
down.
he said that that's like how he was born, apparently.
Oh.
Like, cause he went into it but this is like non-canon technically because he hasn't written it basically. But he said that that's like how the dude was born, and then he became crazy after.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's gonna roll with that or if he's even gonna keep that same design. But I'm kind of glad they cut him out.
Are they gonna Chris Nolan this universe?
Seems like it.
I don't mind that. I just don't want them to go like hardcore with it. Like you have to like I don't mind like a serious take on Batman, but you have to have like some kind of fiction in there. Like
They'll have some
like
fiction later on. I think later on, but you got to build those like first stuff because even with like year one, when you watch that anime movie, you see like him like still like kind of getting the brakes beat off of him a couple times
For sure.
and even in the movie he's still getting the brakes beat off of him a couple times because he's like, yo, you beat up a couple thugs, all right, that's cool, but when you go against some people like you're a stack of them like that might have some kind of like some third degree black belt somewhere, like yo, you gonna get the brakes beat off you a little bit.
He's also didn't know, he didn't even think to ask like, hey, like the first kill in the movie, what did he kill him with? And he didn't even think to like be like, oh, okay, like this is, or I guess he didn't get it until later on in the movie at the very end, but he didn't know that it was a carpet tugger or whatever, a rug tugger. And it's like, you could have been a little bit more detective-y. Like, I don't know. I get it, but he's like year 2 Batman. He's still like, whatever, but yeah.
Because
he's doing good. I think so.
Yeah. It's like when you like on a job.
Yeah.
You've been there for a year. Okay. Second year, you're like, well, I don't know.
I can see that this year 2 Batman, this Pattinson Batman, like I can see year 1 Batman being him like a year ago, basically. You know how he was like almost serial killery, where he was like talking to himself and he was like sitting in a chair in dark ass room. Like it's like you could tell that was Pattinson Batman like a year ago. It's like, he's being weird, and now he's a little bit more chill. And I feel like in the next movie, he's gonna be a lot more chill, where he's gonna be actually Bruce Wayne and not just this dude who lives in the train system and just chilling by himself.
They keep saying like later down the road they want to throw Robin in here. If they do, I really hope. And this is going to be a horrible take. I know it is, but I really hope they take a lot from All-Star Batman.
Oh wow!
Oh good lord! That's
like
a veteran. But that's a veteran Batman, though. You can't. You just can't go All-Star Batman because that Batman didn't give 2 craps about nobody.
I gotta have Robert Pattinson say I'm the goddamn Batman. I gotta have
no. Look, he's not to that level yet. He is not Ben Affleck. Now, if there was Ben Affleck Batman, then yes, I can see him painting the whole room gold and be like, "Yo, what's up, Green Lantern?" Yeah, okay, yeah. Pow! Yeah, good job. No, Rob, we don't almost kill people with the throat. I told you not that. Not from these guys. Not from these guys.
They're squeamish. Batman, Superman is squeamish. You can't see that.
Yeah.
No, they keep saying they want to throw in Mr. Freeze, and like I'm down, but like I said, it just they have to have some kind of like fiction to it. Because if they make some of these villains like environmentalist or whatever, like I know that's the kind of road they're gonna go with Poison Ivy. Somebody who's just like a green person. Like if they do that, I'm done. I'm done with like DC movies because I hate when they go that route. Like it worked well for I want to say The Dark Knight, and then once we got to like The Dark Knight Rises with Bane, once they did what they did with him, it was just like, yeah, I'm done at this point. Like he's not taking Venom, he's just an asthmatic. That makes no sense.
It's gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it's like 2 things like that kind of show you where the next movie is gonna go. I think it's gonna be Court of Owls, dude.
Really?
Like,
I'm hoping that too.
A lot of people's been saying I think it's gonna go No Man's Land because remember the city's flooded.
True, but I don't think it's gonna get that bad, like where it's like post-apocalyptic type of deal. Like, I think it's gonna be like Court of Owls because they, Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne weren't in the complete right. you could tell that they were trying to do good, but they weren't necessarily with good people. And then two, I think like they were talking about in an interview with the required reading, like with Paul Dano and Robert Pattinson, they both brought up Court of Owls. So I don't know if it's like a part of something that they eventually want to do, but I'd be all for it, man. Because I like this whole era that we're in where like, oh, Thomas and Martha Wayne aren't that good of people. Like, because in the Joker movie, like they were like, oh, these guys were actually pieces of shit. Like they weren't good people at all. I like that. It's like it kind of gives a new dimension to the character, like of actual Batman, like of what he's going into.
Yo,
That part reminded me a lot of the Telltale games from the Batman series.
Yeah, that too.
Especially when you found out like his dad was in bed with Falcone and stuff like that. That's why I was just like, oh shit! Like this part of the movie is like it's pretty dope. Like, I'm super glad they didn't show Bruce's parents get popped because I'm like, we don't need to see that again.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Oh man, but the way that it happened to him, I think was so perfect. Whenever he was looking at the kid and he was just staring at him for like a minute, I was like, you know what's going on through his head, and that was really cool. You didn't even have to see anything else. It's like, okay, that's his origin story right there. That was cool.
He's like, I know how you feel, kid.
Yeah.
I'm not
Also-
gonna go over there and talk to you. I'm just gonna stare at you intently.
Just completely be weird. It's like, hey, this kid's dad just died, and there's this guy in his house just looking at him from across the room, dressed as a bat. It's like, okay.
Yo, I'm saying like, yo, the first time I seen him really scared is when he's talking to Edward. He's like, yeah. He's like, Bruce Wayne. He's like, oh,
he's like, ah.
where? Bruce Wayne's not here. Thought about to go take glass. Bruce Wayne's not here, son. It's me, the Batman.
He was even looking at the camera. He's like, okay, I could kill him, but these cameras here, like he's about to choke him out.
he looked like that meme. He was like,
It's like, oh, okay.
But beat the brakes off him too. Send everybody to the hospital. I think that's one scene that it doesn't get talked about enough. Like where he just shows up, like how it starts off. Like everybody's scared. Like they see shadows. Like nah, I ain't.
So
And
not
then
today's.
Right. Like it's and then you see him like you finally see him coming out of the shadow, and the dude's like, yeah, who are you? And blah blah blah. And his boys see him get the brakes beat off of him. And they're just like, yo, we still gonna try to jump this dude. I'm standing there too, like the other guy. I'm like, yeah, you see him beat the brakes off that guy, and you wouldn't jump him? Okay.
Also, like going back to the toys deal, how did McFarlane is as Batman heavy as he is, didn't do like 5 different Batmans, like a mud Batman, like I guess a Batman with the actual Batmobile, like a scale one.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could do one with a motorcycle, like on top of it. Like you could just sell those like different variants, and he would have been printing money. Because honestly, there's so many cool things that you could have done with them. But
Exactly. That car, if he would have made that
scale,
I'm sorry, at that point, I would have had it.
Yeah.
I would have had to have that.
yeah,
car.
I would have bought that. Because imagine that, like whenever you get your like Mezco Batman, like if you would have gotten it, like
Yeah.
that would have been tight, dude.
We got a monster truck though. We got that.
Yeah. How do we get a Tonka truck, but we didn't we didn't get a Batmobile, like a scale McFarlane Batmobile? That makes no sense whatsoever.
I'm gonna tell you, if Mezco makes that Batmobile from the Batman movie,
I doubt it.
Mezco's gonna have my money.
Oof.
I don't care how
Be
much it
expensive.
costs.
That's
I don't. Look, they did the Judge Dredd lawmaker.
true.
Yeah.
But
Yo.
that was almost, I think that was like $200, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That Batmobile, that would be like 3, maybe 400.
Hey, it's worth
Because
it.
you know that thing is gonna light up and it's gonna like it's
Smoke
gonna
effects and all
spit
kinds of
fire,
stuff.
like type of stuff. You're gonna have like little fire attachments, smoke effects, and stuff like that.
Yo, I'm gonna buy it. Mezco's gonna have money for it.
Wait, what do you mean buy it? Like 2 of you 3D print stuff. Like make it.
That's true.
I could, but I'll let Mezco take care of that because I'm not trying to get sued by DC and Warner Brothers.
He's like, that's too much resin.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Which resin? You know how much resin costs, sir?
Yeah.
We're not, yo, look, we're in the economic hard strive here. Like, yo, My money can only go so far. The way my money works is it's in my savings account, and I got moved over to checking account.
Yeah.
But literally in my money savings account, so I got moved from there to save. It's convoluted how my money working right now.
It's like that. What is it? That meme with Drake. It's just like spend $100 on resin. It's just like it's just like pay $200 for a Batmobile.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of vehicles, man, like I can't wait until they make like that Lobo motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
Storm is making that one, and that's gonna be freaking dope. Like, oh boy, like on a motorcycle, that's gonna be freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. Like, if Storm's gonna get into making vehicles, that's money right there, dude.
Storm's gonna just take some of my money too, and I'm mad. I'm just mad at them.
If they got out
money before,
if they got out of Injustice 1 and started doing like some other stuff, bro, like they'd be racking in money.
I like Storm. I think they just hop around too much. They don't finish any one line.
Yeah.
Like they go from like Injustice to like, oh, we're going back to Mortal Kombat. Oh, guess what? We're going to Golden Axe, and then we're going to right. Like you're jumping around too much. Like focus on one thing, finish it, and then go into the next one.
Yeah.
Like we got Darkstalkers. You only gave us Dimitri from Darkstalkers. That's it. Like what am I going to do with Dimitri by himself?
They haven't posted like a release date for Morgan yet, or no?
No, I haven't seen one.
Oh wow.
And they've done like what's like 3 or 4 different variants of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and they haven't come out with Liu Kang yet, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. they're jumping.
I'm kind of shocked that they didn't give the 1/6 Scorpion like a additional like flame throwing skull head or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, to me that is only.
They'll come out with another one.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Like to me, like that just really screams like they're just gonna come out with a bloody variant for him, and then they're possibly gonna do the same thing for all the ninjas or whatever. Because it's just like last time I checked, like they don't really have to retool anything when they come out with like all the ninja type characters from Mortal Kombat, do they? They just gotta change the outfit.
They retool them internally, like they do different things with them, so that way they don't break as easy. But for the most part, they're kind of the same figure, though.
Okay.
It's like McFarlane figures where it's like the internals are pretty much the same. No hip joint, but it's pretty much the same thing, though.
No, but I can't wait. I'm hoping that the Baki figures scale with the King and Oscar figures. But when they come out with those, like I honestly want to really try to track down Storm Collectibles, Mike Tyson, and Muhammad Ali. And consider the fact that I used to have Ali. I don't know why I sold it, but I was just like, this is a good figure. No, I needed the money. Hard times, bro. Hard times, bro.
Yo.
Sometimes you swap out stuff, man, but like there's a ton of stuff that they've made that it's like one hitters that are like awesome, knock it out of the park every time.
Keep those.
I
need a King
to do a Conan.
King. That's what I need.
Yeah, that too. That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
King?
King?
Or you say what?
King?
King? Yeah.
King Fighters? Yeah.
You mean Tekken?
Well, King 2. The other King 2. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of a completely different dude.
Talking about the Tiger Gang? Yeah, that one. From Tekken?
Oh, from Tekken? Yeah. That figure looks legit too. Like I can't wait for that one to come out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm with you on that Baki though, man.
I'm trying to think of the boxer's name from Steve Fox. There we go. Like I'm like, yo, how did you guys come out with like Muhammad Ali, Tyson, and then you're doing the whole Tekken line, but you haven't came out with Steve Fox? Like that's kind of crazy right there.
Because nobody likes Steve Fox. Nobody uses him in Tekken. That's why. Nobody likes Steve Fox.
All right.
Nobody uses him. Now, if you're Balrog or AKA Bison,
hey man, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
There you go.
Wait, didn't they come out with him, or they haven't come out with him yet?
I don't think they have. I don't think they got to him. I think only SHF got to him, and Soda did, but I don't think anybody else has. That's who you need to be asking about.
Figure Arts was doing a good job with the Street Fighter line, man. Those figures are awesome.
They were. but it was just hard. Like you can't do a Marvel vs. Capcom unless you had like SHF DC figure, or excuse me, Marvel figures as well with them. It's like,
they scaled a little bit too small compared to them, right?
Yeah.
I was waiting on that guy. That's what I was waiting on.
Didn't they come out with one?
Mm-mm.
No, they didn't, right?
I got a player guy. Yeah.
No, it was I honestly the fighting body technology, I actually prefer that than any of the other joint system that SHF uses, because that honestly it makes the figure so realistic, especially if you're posing a figure that's like in a certain move or certain grab or somebody getting their arm broken or something like that. They just flow naturally and stuff like that. Versus like you have the regular like thigh, arm cuts or whatever, and a swivel. And it looks kind of good, but then you could tell it's just like, okay, this is moving like a toy. It just looks like a toy. Whereas like the Street Fighter figures, like if you really pose somebody getting their arm broken or busted or something like that, it's just like, man, you could kind of feel it in that picture. Like,
yeah,
it's like with Revoltech, they got so many cuts to them that you could tell that there's like so many like molded parts. But I feel like the dynamic poses that you can get with them kind of make up for it at the same time. Because there's some figures that are just like, you gotta get them, man. Like that Wolverine, the All Might. Like there's so many good figures that Revoltech has come out with that it's like, man, you could tell the gaps in the joints, but they look really good still. Like it's weird.
Yeah, I agree. They look good. It's just to me, it's just too much posing on. Like it's too hard to get them in certain poses.
Oh,
and I'm
for sure.
There's others that can probably just do it pretty easily, but it's just too much work. It's like almost working with a transformer, and I don't have that time anymore.
Yeah, you got to be patient with it, like really patient with it. Yeah. As opposed to like most figure lines nowadays, where you can just pull them out the box and just start posing them. You're good.
Exactly.
Mr. Todd McFarlane.
Look, you gonna make me I'm gonna be smoking cigarettes by the time this is over. In the second episode, why are you already smoking?
This is the Mcfarlane episode, man. Next one is gonna be. We're just gonna get it. We're just gonna get it right out of the gate. It's just like, hey Dante, get your gripes about McFarlane. He's just gonna be like,
that was stupid.
Welcome to another segment of Grind My Gears with Dante Grace.
He said, "Kids don't buy McFarlane toys now." Let me tell you, Toddy. Kids don't buy McFarlane toys. You are right about that.
Man.
That dude, he's right, man. I think I was real quick. Sorry, for Dave Chappelle said it best. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. So continue on.
Yeah. Going on to like NECA, are you guys like collecting the Gargoyles figures at all?
Trying to.
Yeah.
I still have I don't have Thalog. I didn't get I ordered Thalog through Entertainment Earth. I'm fine with it, but you know what's hard? The hard thing about these figures is I want to get them, but I don't have nowhere to put them because they don't fit into DTOFs.
Yeah.
Because of the freaking wingspans.
I don't know if you can see it way back there, but both Goliath and Demona are back there, but I put them without their wings because they can't even be next to each other, man. Yeah, you can't even see them. But they're all the way back there. They're just like hanging out, and I can't put them with their wings because they literally can't stand next to each other because it's like their wingspans are too big. I can't even imagine whenever we're gonna have the rest of these guys, like they're gonna be freaking like completely taking up a shelf, man. You got to get your own thing from.
Yeah,
it's gonna be way too much.
I heard Bronx is out in the wall now.
Yeah, Bronx is out. That's the only one that could probably fit underneath another figure, and that'll be fine.
Bronx is out, and then I
Brooklyn is on. Is it Brooklyn or is it what's the
Hudson?
Hudson's next, I think.
Yeah,
but like Brooklyn,
the Burbeek, right?
Yeah, that's Brooklyn.
Yeah, he got the cool sunglasses. He's like, he got the cool shades. Like, yeah, what's going on?
No, somebody in like some random toy group I'm in. They said they had a receipt and they had him in box, and it was just like, oh, he's out too. Like,
I'm gonna need a photo. I'm gonna need a photo on that
Yeah.
one.
There was photo though. There was photo proof. Yeah, they showed it. It was in New Jersey. It was
Really?
the crazy part. Yeah,
Hmm.
it was Jersey. That
Not
it
even
was a
Brooklyn.
Jersey receipt. No, he wasn't hitting the ground. So you know what was bad about these gargoyle figures? They lived in New York all this time and they had no Timbs on their feet.
Nope.
Nobody made no Timbs for those gargoyles, and I'm highly upset.
Somebody's gonna do it, man. Somebody's gonna somebody's
Pop
gonna
them.
get them like all set up. They're gonna have the Timbs. They're gonna have like the big coats, man. They're gonna be awesome.
Sunglasses are like, yo,
Yeah.
where'd you put the wings at, son? Like, where'd you put the wings at?
Daylog's gonna show up. Daylog's gonna show up, and Goliath's gonna be like, "I'm gonna need you to lower your voice, man." Stomp them out.
They haven't showed like Xanatos or like the Iron Clan or anybody like human related yet.
They teased the I forget the female right now, the human female.
Oh, the cop.
Yeah, they teased her on National Women's Day because you can see the silhouette. You can clearly tell it's her, but she's got dumb hair because it's swooping to the side, and it's always gonna be like that. It's static. So yeah, I don't know if they're gonna include a second head though. So I'm just saying right now, if that's the only head that we get for her, that's good. That's gonna suck because it's just always gonna be swooping. But it's no different. It's no different than Goliath though, because Goliath with the wings back there, you can't put his head down.
Nope.
Like you can't stand him up straight. It's like it's no different. So it's whatever.
I was gonna say, how many Marvel Legend females do we have that had their hair swooped to the side?
So many, dude.
Exactly.
So many.
Yep.
They can't just have static hair, bro. They can't just be human.
No, because they have that Vidal. They don't have Vidal Sassoon commercial.
Yeah.
If you don't look good, Hasbro don't look good. I'm like, oh man.
Look, Dante, if you're a kid, right?
And you buy that Spider-Woman, you bring it home to your child. What do you think he's gonna be like? He's gonna be disappointed. Like, maybe, he might be disappointed. But he's gonna ask you, did they have any cool Captain Americas? Did they have any Iron Mans or Wolverines? Nah, you know that wave hasn't come out yet. I told you this. How many times you gonna keep asking me? Like, see, that's why I said Ty does. Like, he has older kids. He don't have no real kids with him. Like, he just like
his,
if you
his
go
older
there,
kids are probably like, I'm not gonna buy one.
right? Exactly. Like he hasn't had kids, like young kids, in a while. They're like, yo, yeah.
I just think he probably needs to listen to his staff, man. Like, because I feel like he probably has a bunch of staff that are making toy figures, and they're probably the guys to go to whenever it comes to that stuff.
He needs a PR person. Honestly, he needs a PR person.
He needs a what's the dude from NECA's name?
Oh, Randy.
Randy. He needs a Randy. Even though Randy can get thrown under the bus a couple of times, I think he's doing all right.
Randy.
I got a problem.
Randy sometimes throws himself under the bus.
Yeah, kind of, but still. There's a couple of times where I'm like, "Ooh, boy." It's like, Randy, you about to be chewed up. It's no wonder you go away for like 3 months at a time.
Exactly.
Okay, now it makes sense why he does that. All right. Like,
yeah.
He's got a bitter, bro. He's got a real bitter. Like his responses, his clapbacks on Twitter, like he's gotten pretty bitter at people. But
I don't know who, I forgot what they said, but the response he said about like, oh, where do you live at? Your mom's basement? I'm like, yo, you wild, bro.
Woo!
You wild, bro. You're just not gonna be talking to me like that on the internet of all places. Like,
exactly. I'm like, oh, you in New Jersey? Bet. Like, yeah, I know you work at, son. Bet. You always at these toy shows. Watch me show up. Why don't you show up?
Randy's like, you're still gonna buy those Soto turtles, bro. I don't care. He's like, I will still make my money.
It don't matter. I can beat. He's like, I can beat the brakes off you and still buy the toys at the same time. Don't matter.
No, I love how he came out with like the 4-pack and like they were like greased up in like WD-40 and baby oil, and then like a few months later, he's just like, I'm re-releasing this 4-pack, and they're all flat matte. Like,
oh yeah, you're talking about the new ones,
mm-hmm.
the holothon ones, yeah.
I thought you were talking about some wrestlers there for a second. I'm like, damn, I know wrestlers come out oiled up, but that turtles too.
Nah, man, the turtles are slick back in baby grease.
Yeah,
even I was like, yo, this is too much. I don't remember a turtle being this slimy. Like,
I saw the because whenever I went to go do like hunting for the holothon thing, I saw the new ones, but then I saw the turtles in disguise, and I knew that they were having that gloss issue. But I was like, I'm gonna still take a chance, dude. I still like the darker green compared to that bright green. And sure enough, like most of them are pretty like matte. I'm gonna hit them with some dull coat later on, but they're still, I think, superior a little bit. They don't have the grappling hook that Mikey has, but still, it's still a pretty cool set. I think so, anyways.
one thing I get pissed off about that, I wish they would give Mikey like 2 spinning nunchuck effects. I don't know why every turtle line across the board, except for SHF, they all do the same thing. They just give him like one of those effects, not 2.
Yeah, like, even the Rebel Tech one only had 1, I think.
Mm-hmm. Like it's so weird. Like,
yeah, they only have the 1 spinning effect.
See, now that's where you can 3D print something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, see, that saves some money right there.
Or you could honestly, like, it could be really easy. You could just get like a flat piece of plastic, like a clear plastic, and then you could just paint the yellow or the orange or whatever on there. Just stick it on top of something and be fine. But still, you shouldn't have to do that. Like, I feel like that should be included for the price that you're paying with these figures.
Yeah, sorry, real quick. I know it's off top. Nick, were you already putting your Dragon Ball do-rag on over there?
No, it was a towel. It was my girlfriend's towel. Like, nah, the do-rag's at home. Like, I'm away from home right now.
I thought you were going to do some Thundercat for us. Like, you ain't got to like my comic books or my video games.
No, I don't got no wave spinner right now, so I don't really have a reason to have a do-rag right now.
Dude,
that's the perfect reason to put on Dragon Ball. You know, put your Vegeta a do-rag. Yeah.
By the way, man, like, I feel like I was the only one that was like super hyped to see him in Boba Fett. I was like, oh, dude, that's fucking cool.
I did not know it was him.
I saw him and I was instantly, and then I hear the bass line in the background because you could tell it's Thundercat's bass line. It's like you could just hear it in the background. I was like, that's Thundercat, bro. And sure enough, I looked it up. I was like, dude, that's awesome. He's in freaking Book of Boba Fett. It's cool.
He's like, I'm gonna make a comeback in season 2. If there is a season 2, sir, how well that show did not do.
Yeah.
I still need to watch it, to be honest with you. I haven't seen it.
You still haven't watched it?
Oh, let's skip the first 3 episodes. You're good. Well, excuse me, first 4 episodes. You'll be good.
Or my take on it: get the first 4 episodes, skip the Mandalorian episodes, and then go to the last episode. It's a coherent story, but it's okay.
The Mando episodes are the best ones, though.
The Mando, don't get me wrong. The Mando episodes are freaking amazing, but they don't belong in the Book of Boba Fett.
Exactly.
It's called the Book of Boba Fett. You know,
it's called Book of Boba, season 3, 2.5 of Mandalorian.
Yeah,
okay,
for sure, for sure. It's like how you watch Defenders and you're like, oh yeah, Luke Cage, Iron Fist and Jessica Jones are there, but that's technically season 2.5 of Daredevil. Like it's like okay, like you gotta watch it. Yeah,
that's what they wrote. They said, somebody should always be asking, "Where's Matt at?
Where's he at?
Where's Matt at? Where's Daredevil at? Where's Matt at? Where's Daredevil at?" There you go.
Sure,
that's how the show goes.
Okay. All right, so you guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well, we could see you. We can't see your actual screen. Like,
Yeah,
if you're looking at something.
If you're sharing something, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the warrior says, with the power of the warrior, you can do anything. This is the best.
He brought out the Ultimate Warrior figure.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
All right.
There we go.
Oh, wow. You can see it, right?
Inception.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I want to go Inception.
What's going on here? Okay. No, this is speaking of which, like the figures that Vic was bringing up and stuff like that.
Oh,
like, these are nice. I love them, but like I said, the fact that you pay $75 for one and it's a blind box, so you don't know what you're getting.
I couldn't do it.
Ooh, no.
I can't do a blind box, bro. Like if this was like, hey, you're certain to get this figure and you just come out with 5 figures and they're all randos, I'm okay with that. Like you can have like awesome people for the background and stuff, but blind box though, because you're paying for $80 for a figure that you already have, maybe, like
that part. Like, and I give it to them. Like they have found a way to try to get their money back, but at the same time, like this line right here, there's probably like 2 characters I would want out of like every figure.
Yeah,
and it's just like they have so many other lines where it's the same thing. Like this one, this line right here is pretty dope. There's probably like only like I want to say like this character,
Oof.
and maybe this one that I would collect, but everything else is just like
They look a little 3-0 ish.
Yeah.
Who's the line or who's making these?
Come
Is it
for
Come for
Arts.
Arts?
That's an odd name in itself. Like,
Yeah.
I come for the arts, but I stay for the show. I mean, that's
I mean, it's cool, man. It's real cool, but I wish that you could buy what you want. You know?
Yeah.
Hold on,
Like,
hold on. $374.
Yeah,
Bruh.
for 6 of them. For 6 of them.
Mhm.
Man,
Shoot,
I'll give me like 4 or 5 hot toys. Excuse me, not even hot toys, Mexicos for that. Nah,
I was gonna say you could get 1 Hot Toys with that price tag.
That's a deluxe hot toy right there.
That's a deluxe Hot Toy. There you go. That's the Mandalorian with the Beskar armor, the shiny stuff. Like
it ain't no Red Hood though.
And Gogurt with him. Gogurt, actually.
Gogurt.
Like this wave right here, like I mean, I don't know about spending $370 for the whole wave, but this one is just like, okay, if I really had to go home with this whole entire wave, I would take it. Especially for this character right here, as weird as it is, like.
So you want Scooby Steve?
Oh, well, you can replace the little things inside of it though. That's kind of cool. I mean, I can see people buying that.
But I've seen these figures like naked, and the way how they're built is just so obscure. Like it's just if you try to kick bash them with anything or try to make something new, it's just like you're gonna really have a hard time trying to do it.
Dante,
but you know why I'm laughing? Yeah, like I see them naked. I was in the changing room with them.
He just took it out of context, and he's like, "Okay."
I was like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't know you were changing the head. You didn't see you naked."
He's like, "Man,
just walking out like, oh, guess what? I just see one of them naked."
But they do look awesome. They do look like a good set of figures. They look like mini 3-0 figures, and that's a cool buy, man. I think so, anyways, in my opinion.
How much were the the vehicles that they had, like the bike and stuff that they had with them?
Let me go down real quick. They are 60, 65. So 65 across the board for the most part. So like these
that bike they had down the bottom though, they had a bike for them all the way to the bottom.
Oh, this one's
still that though.
Yeah. Oh, that's still $64.99
for a bike.
I don't know if I can do it. I think Figma has something like that.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, a lot of Figma
got an app?
bikes are legit.
You see that y'all like, what's the phone for? Like,
yeah, what's it? Does it have an app? Does it take them somewhere?
I thought they were just.
I think it's just showing you yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say because there was go to the very last slide. There was a screen on the phone that kind of looked like, hey, this you could sync it up to the iPhone or something. You can take your figure for a ride or something.
So it's about the size of an iPhone 7.
It's saying that it's the size of that iPhone 7, but it looked like because they put the screen on there, it looked like you could do something with it. I was like, okay, if you can drive the bike with your iPhone.
Well, see, this is weird though because the bike itself is made for a company that makes 1/12 figures, but it says the bicycle accessory is a perfect fit for your 1/6 scale figure.
Okay, yeah, you see that too. I'm like, really? Like it's a 1/12 figure, so can I put that figure on the bike? Like, yo, how big is this bike? Like, why is it bigger than the iPhone 7? And it's weird that you just choose the iPhone 7 as your comparison for the height.
I'm gonna see if this is the same thing. I don't think so, but it's just like I said, these are the same size, and then this is what the iPhone 6 Plus.
Why? Wait,
so why are you switching iPhones?
Right.
Why are you switching iPhones? Just stick to the same iPhone.
Yeah.
No, because I think it's weird because I think that bike might specifically be made for 1/6, while this one is still made for 1/12.
But also I don't know, not everybody has an iPhone. Maybe you put a Coca-Cola and then just blur out the Coca-Cola, but it's a Coca-Cola. Yeah, you'd be fine. But don't put
Mellow
an iPhone.
Yellow, Hawaiian Shock, whatever. Which you get the dollar store. You could have one of the dollar store.
Some of us have Android, some of us have iPhones from
exactly
10 years ago. It just depends. Bro, we could do a whole segment where we could just do hot takes on like Big Bad Toy Store, like
Right.
home screens.
The hottest take is like, when will I get it? When will
Yeah.
you get this item? Next year? 6 years from now? You know what? Honestly, I feel bad for the people who are still waiting for Batman 89 from Mezco. I am so sorry. I feel
They're still
so
waiting
sorry
on
for
it?
you. Yes, it has not dropped yet.
Wow.
I am so sorry for you people. You all have the patience of everybody. Like, I don't, like, man, I feel your pain because Conan was like that. But
yeah.
Oh, that looks
all-
good.
Are you gonna get the variant Hunter Crocker?
Mm,
Y'all gonna get that variant?
mm.
who's
It
I
look-
don't have nobody to put on.
I like the original, like the original paint job for it, but I don't know if I like this red shirt one.
You know what? I like the variant because I feel as if like the original one is something you could use for like IDW TMNT, while this one is still like you could still kind of get away with either 1990 movies Ninja Turtles, or if you really wanted to do it like that,
didn't
even
even think of that.
the toon ones.
I think it'd be too small for well, how tall is he? Like to the top of his head.
It's like it's weird because they've never given like an actual like estimate or anything like that to how big he is.
It says 112, but it could be like, oh, this is only a 6-inch figure. You
There
know?
it is.
Oh, there it is, 7.68 inches. That's the size, I think, of an actual like NECA Ninja Turtle. So I don't know if it'll fit too much with it, but it's still pretty cool.
The cowboy hat's an accessory. Wow, I can put that on anybody.
Yeah, you can't have a redneck alligator without his hat. Like,
Yeah, it trips me out because that's how Hot Toys does their accessories. Like whenever they're listing accessories, they'll list something that's actually on the figure. Like it's like, oh, with this Batman figure, you'll get a cowl. It's like
Really?
that's a part of it, man. Like that's a part of the figure.
Batman's gonna go without the cowl. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. All right, hey.
Oh yeah, those figures look awesome, but I still don't vibe the fact that they're
Oh, I want those.
they're making them statues, man.
I have not seen the show.
You haven't seen the show, man?
What?
It's pretty good.
It's sad because I'm so far behind the anime. It's not even funny.
You should watch it, man. It's really good.
I'm just trying to make it through Demon Slayer at this point.
That's really good. Whenever they showcase this, bro, like I sent this to Nick like right away. He was at work and I was like waiting for him to respond to it because I was like, we've been talking about this for forever, man. For this girl, Nikaido, she's awesome. But they finally revealed that they're doing more on her line. Like, I feel like if you're a fan of anime, you should watch that show because it gets nuts. And I'm super stoked for them to make more of these figures because it's awesome.
I'm gonna try.
Dante, it's a scene in anime, so it's something made for adults. It's not made for kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I know. I know that. Like, look, I don't watch no kids show. Look, I'm a huge fan of Berserk. Love me some Berserk.
Okay.
And ain't got nothing to do with no kids.
So you like the Elden Ring?
Yes, indeed. Even like what was it? Promised Neverland. That was good. And they had no kids. Yo, that first episode was a killer.
I've seen so many clips of like that actual show, but I haven't actually seen it. But it looks brutal.
My goodness. That first episode, it just like it messes you up. You think it's like it's like the Smurfs. You thought it was the Smurfs hopping around, and then you see what happens. You're like, oh man.
So it's like Goblin Slayer, where you just like instantly like, whoa, okay, like you guys are good. You guys are coming out of left field. Okay.
And especially like the nannies the second nanny that they get. Now look, I'm just gonna say this. Japan, I like you. I like your culture. I like your anime. But if you need black people to help you out in drawing us in anime,
oh man,
please ask one of us to come to the studio so we can tell you if our features look right or not.
It's like they've never seen like a black person ever most of the time. The worst culprit was like, or not, that's not the worst culprit, but like the one that I go back and I see every time because I'm a fan of the anime is that Cyborg 009. And it's like, whoa, dude, like you guys are really messed up. Like you guys I don't know, man. They get a
Wasn't
little
it
bit
like
racist with it.
I'll take. Yeah, he's one of the cyborgs. I'll take
Yeah.
him. Mr. Popo's the worst, bro.
Mr. Popo is the worst.
Yes, that man
I
is
mean-
dark as night. You would thought he was Batman because he was black as night.
But if
Unless
we're
he
being
opened
real,
up his eyes.
he's technically not human though, so I guess
I
I'll
don't
give
care.
him that.
Ain't nobody. There's no reason for nobody to be that black unless you are from like some dark dimension. Like that, you're just like you're part of a dark dimension that's like, hey, this is my silhouette. Like from my man from My Hero Academia, there was no reason Mr. Popo had to go around looking like he about to do a dance jig for everybody.
Yeah,
with the big lips and the darkness. You knew what they were pulling off of.
Yeah,
they were like, "Yo, we never seen no black folk before.
Okay,
we just gonna draw them like
they're getting better though." There was one dude in that new Jujutsu Kaisen movie. I don't know if you guys watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, he got his ass whooped though.
You're talking about the dude with the beret hat, right?
Yeah, his name is Miguel though, so I don't know technically what his ethnicity is, but he was pretty cool, and I was like, oh, okay, you guys are getting better at this. Like it's like you're not using racial stereotypes to like draw people anymore. That's good.
No, you know who also draws like people of color like legit, especially in like his manga and anime? Tai Kubo. Like holy shit. He can draw like anybody that's like not Japanese or white. Like he gives and puts so much like respect and like love into their character design. Like when you see like the creator of Bleach.
Oh, okay. Oof. Sorry, I never got into Bleach. That was a whole rabbit hole that I was not going to get into.
No, Bleach is dope. It's like an anime version, like me personally, like an anime version of Green Lanterns. That's the best way to really put it.
Okay, I get
look
that.
How long Bleach is though.
And then
don't lie to that. Tell them that man that Bleach is long as almost as Naruto.
Okay, it's pretty long. But also, I heard that the manga creator got like burnt out, and he basically forced them to end the series, or he forced himself to end the series, and he didn't want to do it anymore. So I don't know
like,
about that.
There's one season in the show where it's like a complete filler. Like you literally as a matter of fact, there's 2 seasons like that. You don't even need to watch them. Like just skip over them.
Yeah.
And as far as like the anime goes, like I haven't seen the ending of it. Like everybody keeps telling me it ends at a certain point, but then like where it ended off at on manga wise, it was like one more arc after, and it's like it made everything like come full circle. So it's just like I haven't seen the last season of Bleach, but I've been wondering like why does everybody say like it just kind of ended like on a cliffhanger? Like at the end of it, like does Ichigo like does he get his powers back or no? Like when after he gets done fighting the full brain.
I don't know. I've never seen it. Never seen the ending.
What else? There was something else I was trying to show, but I can't think of it.
You guys should watch that Jujutsu Kaisen though. It's pretty good. It's like Naruto.
Honestly,
it's Naruto, but like with demons, or I guess not really demons. It's more curses, but it's still good. I like it a lot. I'm about to finish the last episode today, so it's good.
I try getting into that. I can't do it. Like I don't know what it is, dude. Like
a lot of people say that they like probably like 3 or 4 episodes in, and they're still not vibing it. But I got to a certain point, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. It's still good.
Okay. So I mean, I've seen like a few episodes that are just like, you know what, I think I could watch it, but because I haven't seen all the way up until this point, I'm just not even gonna try to do it.
But there's some animes where you have to get to a really like distant point in order for it to actually hook you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm waiting for Dante over here to get caught on My Hero because man, it's been so much shit.
Look, you know what's sad? I'm more up to date on Attack on Titan. I missed like 4 or 5 half the seasons to it.
Yeah.
And I know what's going on before. I didn't even know what's going on with My Hero Academia.
Sad, man, because like I said, there's been conversations I've been wanting to have for you for like 3 years now. But I can't say shit because you haven't seen it already.
I'm behind on My Hero as well, though. I'll give him that. I'm like, I think I can't even say it because it might be a spoiler, but I think it's like season 3 where I left off. Like,
I think that's where I left off as it too, because like they had just saved the little girl.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Damn, Dante.
I didn't know. I just said they saved a little girl. That's it. Bro, you don't know what part it is. You don't know what little girl is.
I know what you're talking about, but it's just like you're right there at the front door. You ain't knocked yet, but you're at the front door. It's just like I'm just waiting for you to just come inside.
I didn't knock, look. look, I brought flowers, and I was like, look, it was just some random girl. Okay, I could be talking about some random chick off the street. They just say some random chick off the street. That's it.
From what I'm hearing is he got to through Berserk and he got to the very part where they save Griffith and that's it, and he just stopped.
They saved Griffith. So what happened was the little girl was Griffith, and they were like, and Guts was like, "No, don't save that fool. He's mine to kill." And they're like, "Nah, we're heroes. We got to save him." And then that's what happened. Deku was like, "I got to save this dude."
He's telling it how it is, man.
That's exactly what happened. You're right. That's exactly what happened in My Hero Academia's crossover with Berserk.
So Ivan, I think you told me, but when is your friend having or when are you guys having your booth at this toy show?
On the 3rd. So we're having we actually got a whole, it's like 60 vendors. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah, if you guys are looking for anything, let me know. You're walking around taking pictures and all kinds of stuff.
Man, I miss toy shows so much, man. Like I'm kind of there haven't been too many over here in Texas on our end.
Really?
Yeah.
What part of Texas are you from?
Dallas? I haven't seen it.
Dallas?
Yeah.
I'm in Houston.
Oh no way. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
So we got a hall and we got a lot of stuff, dude. From old school to new school. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go drive down there.
Come on down, dude.
I drove 4 hours to see this show. What y'all got?
I wish I could pull that shit off. Like, I got nothing to do.
A lot of stuff, man. Yeah. Using toy cycles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said your friend has like fodder and stuff like that, especially like not display pieces, but accessory pieces and stuff like that.
Yes, dude. I normally, when I get there, I go there and I'm like, hey, well, let me see what you got. So I get like first dibs, but I've got all kinds of like Mesco stuff and just all kinds of good fodder, dude.
That's how it was with kind of a toy store that there was over here. There's a toy store called Dallas Vintage Toys, and they had a bunch of fodder stuff. They had a bunch of like just different toys that they brought on, and they would kind of let me pick through some of the bins and see what I wanted. And it's just stuff that they didn't know what it belonged to, but now they stopped doing that altogether. They just are only taking complete toys, so they no longer do that. And then like there's not really any bins or anything to go through. It's just like, oh, there's these bags of toys and everything that you can go through, but that's it. You can just buy them individually. It's like, oh, okay.
Look,
Well,
buy the trash.
I'm lucky I get to go through like Mesco fodder.
Wow.
And I'm able to see like what I want, and then like I'm able to cherry pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that dude normally has a lot of cool stuff.
That's real cool.
I'm able to get.
All right, man. Just expect a Christmas list next Friday. No, like you laughing about it now, but watch when you get that 12-page essay. Like, yo, you really looking for all this? Like, maybe. Like,
yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, I am kind of looking for like more stuff to like kind of up the whole toy photography stuff like that. Instruments though, like if you come across like anything like instrument wise for 112, like that's a definite yeah for me, for sure.
Well, I have a bunch of guitars, so I'll send you pics.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Because I definitely need to get some for. Oh, I haven't even. I need to kind of show you guys. Like I got like so much. That's what I was saying for like episode 2. If anybody was down to do like a haul, open box type of video, because I like at the last minute I got all my shit in from like Big Bad, eBay, Amazon, like everything, and I'm just like, yeah, this is too much.
I might just showcase like maybe what I got from Olathon, because I got a ton of stuff I showed you, Nick, but there's a ton of stuff that I got from that. It's like, oof, it's a stack. And then I'm still buying stuff, because I even bought like this today. It was like a Master Chief from the Spartan line.
I did see those today.
Because
Halo 2 one looks trash though.
It does, but after like I've seen dudes like I think it's Hot Fuzz Customs on Instagram, but I've seen dudes like make them night and day, bro. Like they're awesome for like customizing. Yeah. It's kind of like McFarlane figures, like you can, they come out of the box quite terrible looking, but if you put some spit shine to them, like if you actually put some paint on them and like you customize them to make them look better, they come out looking stellar, man. Like they're awesome figures after that.
All figures do.
Yeah. But like there's some figures that are kind of hard to customize, like Storm Collectibles is really hard to customize, like Black Series and also like Marvel Legends, they're terrible to customize, man. They kind of suck because you can't really take them apart like that unless you know what you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
there's some dudes that really have it down to a science, but
Yo, shout out to the people who can customize Hasbro figures. Like it's nothing. Like I just like I'm envious of those people, especially like what's one person like Christopher Serta? Like, yo, I've learned so much stuff from
He's
him.
good.
And it's just like, yeah, you gotta drive this screwdriver in and pick apart the ab. And I'm like, yo, that's how you really do this? Like, and then when you find out that's how you do it, it's just like, yo, this just makes things so much easier. That's why I'm just like, man, for anybody who customizes domestic figures, like, hey, kudos to you, for real.
I like to customize mecha figures, like you already know, but that's a completely different ballpark whenever it comes to Hasbro figures. That's its own thing, man. For like priming those figures, like wearing down like paint rub, all that stuff. I've tried so many times I cannot do it, man. There's too much.
Yo, speaking of which, the dude who customized or made like his Tatsu, do I need to go and say something to him?
Nah, dude, we're cool. He's good. He kind of got tips and stuff from me. Like, so he's cool. I mean, he could have done a stellar job, man. Like he actually did do a pretty good job. Like, but certain lighting, like it just kind of looks a little bit different. But he did a pretty good job for his first run through, because that's basically what he made was basically my first Tatsu, the first one that I made, and you know I improved it on it after a while, and it looks a lot better now. I recently took it apart because I'm gonna make like a legit like screen looking one, like because I just want to see if I can better myself, but it's still in the works. Got to learn sewing. That sucks.
Yeah, when you get that sewing done, I need some capes made.
Yeah, for sure.
Me too.
I kind of want to get a sewing kit, honestly. Like, I've never thought I would say that, but there's like so many things that would be cool to make, like capes or just jackets and outfits. There's so many dudes out there that make like a run of 20 jackets, and they're like, "Hey, I'm just gonna sell these off." And it's like, and they're like dirt cheap, like GPS lot on eBay. Like if that dude sells like clothes on the cheap for figures,
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, like you did these miniature, like you did this whole samurai set, like for a figure that could fit on anything, like really, and you're only selling it for like $26 or $24. It's like, dang, dude, like you're, like I don't know, like they're just making them like crazy. I was like, it's got to be either easy or affordable, or both, like to be able to pull them out like that. But it's just different.
Yep.
Hopefully I could kind of get down stuff on Pat, but definitely a filament printer. That and I have a sewing machine. I just don't never do anything with it. That's kind of my fault. But a filament printer is something I definitely need, because like I'm starting to get into like taking pictures more of like, or doing more like Gundam photography. And I don't know why, like it just came back to like, oh, this is like kind of pleasantly like comfortable, or surprisingly enough to, you know, very chill to do and stuff like that. So it's just like I definitely want to get one of those for sure. And Dante already knows, but this one person in the community that is just like kind of not trustworthy, I'm gonna say that. So I'm really to a point where it's just like, yeah, I think I need to really kind of take this into my own hands and just make my own stuff. So
fine, I'll do it myself. That's what Nick said.
Just put on the gauntlet and just get to work.
You talk about me? You talk about my Tatsu?
No,
no, I know who he's talking about.
But it's just like, speaking of which, like, yo, Fidel, like, where's my custom Tatsu head at?
I'm working on it, dude. I told you my because I have it here. My casting stuff solidified because this room is a converted garage, and so it gets really cold, or sometimes it gets really hot. So this stuff like solidified. Well, not that one, but the other one. So I got to get more, and I'm gonna be making more for sure because I just want to capitalize on it. I have so many people that like ask me still, like, "Hey, where's that dude coming?" Like, it's a work in progress, man.
I'm ready to throw money at you like a stripper. Seriously, like,
Tatsu right there.
damn.
I'm in love with a customizer. He rock and he roll and he's making. Is that what his name?
Yeah.
Oh, you already know. You already know. If I can't make it, I gotta get it from the homies who can. So,
Bro, these Bandai kits, dude. Like, cause I made this Vader.
Mhm.
All it just needs is like a cape, like a cloth cape, and it's like freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I want to work on too. It's just the Bandai like Star Wars kits, they're really good for what they are.
See,
least-
I don't fool too much with the kids. I do more of the Gundam kits, more on that end. Because I've seen some of them and I'm like, I just don't feel like that's not the time and effort I feel like putting into like the Gundams. I feel like I like them because they have more moving parts to them.
Right.
And to me, it's just my personal opinion. I don't want anybody to think that I'm just dissing everything. I just enjoy the Gundams a little bit more.
I gotcha. I've been liking the Star Wars ones because the Mandalorian looks a lot better than any Mafex, like hot take, any Mafex, any Black Series like Mandalorian, the proportions are a lot better, I think, in my opinion. But that's just me.
now I'm like pleasantly surprised with how much I like the Star Wars kits. Like the fact that unlike some of you guys, like I don't really collect Star Wars, no particular reason. I want to, but that's just like a dangerous rabbit hole that I don't feel like getting into.
Oh yeah, but you also haven't seen the Book of Boba Fett, so that makes sense.
So when it comes to like certain Star Wars figures, like I feel like like the popular characters like Boba or Mando or anything like that are already high in price because of the shows.
Yeah.
So I feel like when it comes to like model kits, especially for like the stormtroopers, whenever they decide to re-release them again, I feel like some of that stuff would probably be better alternatives to get instead of the actual figure, or if you're trying to just army build or something like that. Granted, you got to build it, but I feel as if like it's even more rewarding when you build something that still has like a lot of articulation compared to most lines.
And if you put your own character into it, man, like some painting done, and you do some modifications, those things that end up looking like phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
There's crazy stuff that you can do with them. Like I saw that Snake Eyes, and I was low key tempted just because I know Bandai makes good stuff, but I wasn't sure about it. There's a Snake Eyes model kit that they just came out with, and looks really good.
Yeah.
At least from the box art, anyways.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting that one, the Storm Shadow kit, and I was like, nah. But I think one of the best kits I did that wasn't Gundam was Voltron. That one was awesome.
Yeah.
That one at least has some weight to it too. It's not like a light kit. It has some weight to it. But it's nice because you can transform the lions into their lion mode, and then you have them connected to Voltron, like before Voltron, which is not bad. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man, everybody looking at that clock. I already know. I see the looks on everybody's faces.
I'm looking at you. You just
I see the looks on all those faces. I've been to church. I know
this
how
is your show, Nick. You can't have dead air, Nick. Come on, Nick.
Nick is over there scrolling eBay, bro.
Right, exactly. He over there shopping live. He's like, look.
He's like, you guys lost me at Star Wars, and he's over there scrolling eBay.
Exactly. Thanks, sir.
It's not eBay, it's Macari. Like,
oh, okay,
that's even worse.
At least be a distinguished person and go to AliExpress. Then come on.
You know what? Don't tip me because I'm honestly gonna go there just to go build army clones. So I'm thinking about really getting some KO clones from AliExpress.
Clones? Clones of what?
Clone troopers.
Oh, do they have them there? That's cool.
I've seen some of those, and I've seen stormtroopers. And if anything, if the knockoffs are just as good as the NECA Toon foot pack soldiers or the Juggernaut, then it's just something I could just have in my collection just to use for here and there and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, I wish they made like Foot Ninja movie like type of stuff. I'd be buying them in bulk. Bro.
You know what they have? I haven't bought any, so I don't know exactly how well they function or how well they look. But I'm like, if it's NECA and they were already like, there's already people pumping out like the Toon Soldier knockoffs or factory defects, whatever you want to call them all. I'm pretty sure they're good. They have to be.
Yeah.
So.
The ones that jumped off the line.
I think that's what I'm gonna do for the group. I'm pretty much gonna be like the designated idiot. Like, oh yeah, Nick ordered this just to see if the site is legit.
There's some dudes
You
on
wasted money
YouTube
on
that
that.
do that, man.
Yeah.
There's some dudes on YouTube that do that. Like they just their expertise at knockoffs, and they just like throw them on there on YouTube. So they compare the knockoffs to the real. Some of them are good.
I'm kind of glad now that it's just like all these sites use like some kind of form of payment protection.
Mm.
So I mean, either way, it's just like if it doesn't come in the mail, I'm gonna get my money back. But
Right.
Yeah.
for the most part, I know that there's like a lot of people who just like, oh, I've had terrible experiences with AliExpress, and I'm just like, I hear all these stories, but you don't ever hear anybody say that they got their money back. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you could get your money back. Like,
yeah,
it's just like you wanted to take a L, but all right, I guess. That's cool.
The April, the one with the single knees, I got it from AliExpress. Came out perfect, man. Like the box was ruined because it was like soaked in water, but the actual figure itself came perfect. Looked like I just picked it off of Target or whatever. Not Target, but yeah, I guess it would be Walmart. But it just looks like an actual figure. It looks like it moves and doesn't have any paint defects or anything. It looks good.
Is this the movie April or the cartoon April?
Yeah, movie April. My bad.
Wow, I'm surprised she stands up.
Yeah, no, she stands up by herself. It's awesome. Like
wow.
The single knees make a huge difference. It's really good.
Because she like, I don't know what knees they gave her on that movie April, but man,
I don't know what they were thinking with it, man. Yeah. My brother has the double jointed ones, and it's like can't stand worth a damn.
Nope, she can't stand. She can't stand on her own. She can't stand on a stand. She's worthless.
Yeah. I'm speaking of NECA. Like, yo, bro, has anybody seen the Black Noir figure?
Yeah.
No.
Yikes.
You saw my comment on that, right, Nick? It's like
I'm like, they put too much emphasis on that part, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like right there in your face, like
on the crotch.
Yeah, it has a crotch piece that's just like sticking out at you, man.
Hey, I think they learned from Peacemaker. Like, do you really want to taste it? Yeah.
Damn, I don't get that reference either because I haven't seen that show either. Like,
oh man,
what is
the
that?
opening? That's just the opening song.
Do better. Do better.
Yeah, Nick. Well, that one I'm gonna have to ask you to catch up on that one because that's more important than My Hero Academia right now. Peacemaker is that show.
It's really good, man. Like it's stupid, but it's like really good.
Yes. It's John Cena at his
like
finest.
A little bit of the intro, and then I seen like the scene where he's carrying somebody, and then you see all the members of the Justice League and stuff like that. I've only seen those two scenes.
Yeah, you skipped all the way to the end of the last episode.
Literally,
YouTube, I guess. Like,
if you literally just see like the dialogue, like if you watch the first episode and you just see literally the dialogue between him and the janitor, it's perfect, man. It's like instantly, like as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, we're in for a freaking ride, man, because these people know what they're doing. Like James Gunn is like, he's over here saving DC, honestly, like with some of the stuff he's doing.
Now, does it feel like something that James Gunn did? Like, I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
It feels like, I mean, it really is. It's a continuation of Suicide Squad 2, or the reboot or whatever you want to call it. But it's like, it literally takes place right after it, like a couple months for him to heal or whatever. But it's the continuation of it. It's really good.
Because he asked, do you really want to taste it?
Yeah. Have you seen it, Ivan?
Huh?
Have you seen Peacemaker?
No.
Yeah. Killing me.
Cool. So I'm not going
to watch it.
He's like, I'm playing it now. I'm trying to catch up.
They're doing like I'm doing. I'm playing Elden Ring right now. Yo, you leave me alone. I ain't got time for TV shows.
For real. It's a good game.
I know.
That's one series they need to make figures of, man. Just like all the Elden Ring.
They said that they're going
Dark
to.
Souls,
and I can't
everything.
Wait.
What?
Yes, they're gonna make Elden Ring figures. I was like, yo.
I'll believe it whenever I see it, man.
Bosses are insane.
But Figma, like they have like, I don't want to say the master rights, but they have like the license to do like almost everything from like Bandai Namco or Blood Souls, don't they?
Yeah,
Like I know that they come out with like figures from Demon Souls,
they're
Bloodborne, and I
they're
think
re-releasing the
Sekiro.
Hunter from Bloodborne. They did Sekiro.
Yeah.
They're doing Maria from Bloodborne, and they supposedly are doing a bunch of Dark Souls figures, but
Mhm.
no release date in sight with those.
I've
That's
seen
all
like
right.
the prototype picture for like the Elden Ring figure, but that's it. Like no
Yeah.
release date or anything like that.
I'm stoked for that.
So,
Hopefully, we get
yeah.
the horse too.
If it's my boy Godric, oh
Bro,
man,
the horse.
I just want to see my boy Godric because he has the best scream of all time. But like, when he goes into his second phase, he's like,
Oh, whenever he cuts off his arm.
like, why don't they screaming like that? Like, you supposed to be the king. You screaming like this?
He's scratching his chin. He's like, ah.
Yo, my man, God, like, yo, there's a couple like, and Radon, yo, that's my boy. That's my boy. They're talking about like somebody's like, yo, this dude just disappeared and turned into a human comet.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, my man wanted to be a star. That's all. He just wanted to be a star.
I want one of Melina or whatever her name is, the one that has the armor
Please don't get
on.
me started on her. I'm still trying to beat her.
Yeah, no,
I'm-
she's a pain, but she's cool. Cool. It would be a really cool figure.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those would make really cool figures. But yeah.
So real quick, I was helping somebody today, and this dude was like, "Yeah, here, take all these ruins." This man dropped me almost a good 6 million in ruins.
Oh wow.
I was like, "Yeah, you cheating, but hey, you know what? You're the MVP of this game because you helped me level
take
my
the bait.
character up."
Don't take the
You should've
bait, bro.
just-
Do it natural. Do it natural. You
Is
gotta.
this,
Nah,
is
I'll
this
take the
somebody
beat.
like? Is this somebody you know personally or no?
No, I was helping
Okay.
him. Like he's looking for his sword. I'm trying to help him get the sword, and like he's
People
like,
are
"Yo."
literally like that online, bro. They'll just drop like XP at you like crazy.
Mhm.
Some
They
people-
should have rated him after, but that'd be messed
Nah,
up.
There's
nah,
people who will literally just like break the game for you just so that way just being nice. It's like, hey, here's a million XP. Like it's like okay.
Because it doesn't matter. Like no matter how you can be super strong in the game,
So
but the boss is still like put you in your place. And even like the
Bro.
lowest of low like
Yes.
villains of like a rat are pushing you in your place. I'm like, yo, I got all this health, and this rat killed me.
if you
How did the rat take off all this health?
if you ain't paying attention, it could really catch up to you.
Exactly, and they gang up on you. It's not like that. Just like, hey, we just gonna come at you one at a time. No, they got that gang mentality. They're like, yo, one person see you and another person see you and the whole gang see you. Oh man, they're like,
That's
nah. Let's go ahead and get this guy. I'm like, what the heck? Nah, my name is not Batman, yo. I'm like, I'm not here. I cannot beat the brakes off of everybody right now.
I'm vengeance.
Exactly. The only time I become vengeance is when you take those ruins away. Like you take like 3,000 ruins away from me, then I
Yeah.
become vengeance. I'm like, yo, I'm here to kill everybody. Everybody gonna die.
No, my twin brother already said as soon as somebody tries to invade him or something like that, he just turns off the game. He
Really?
turns it off and then turns it back on.
You can't do it.
No, he said basically he was just like, yeah, I ain't got time for that shit. So he was just like, I just turn it off and then wait like a good 10 minutes and I turn it back on.
I just
He was just like, I'm not trying to go broke.
I haven't been invaded like yet, so I don't know.
I think it happened to me twice, and that's about it. Like other than that, like it rarely ever happens.
Yeah.
Because it's a story about some dude who got invaded and like the runes that he got took from him were just like it was a number. It's a high number up there.
I can
And
believe
like
it.
I told my brother, I'm like, yo, if that were me, I'd have to find dude's address and then we'd have to really fight it out in the real world. Like
Just pull up to his house, like, hey,
pull up, bro. Like, yo, my man.
That's the
You
whole
took
point.
some
Of the
things
game.
of mine. I need them back. Like,
Yo, that's the whole point of the game. It's supposed to make you frustrated. It's supposed to make you angry, but you keep coming back to it because you love it so much.
that's the thing about the game too. Is like the only person you got to blame is yourself. Sometimes
Right.
whenever you make mistakes, it's like
You're
it's
in
fun.
an abusive relationship with Elden Rings. That's all it is.
Yeah,
It abuses you so bad. You're like,
hurts good.
baby, I'm coming back. Baby. I'm sorry, bitch. Mad. My bad. It was my fault.
Good.
It hurts good.
It does. He's like, baby, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Next time, you know what? It's my fault that I didn't spend those rooms before I went in there. That's my fault.
Yeah,
I should have, when I was at that last grace, I should have just
should have just done it there.
Yep, I should have just leveled up. But you know what? Me being stupid and arrogant, you put me in my place, baby. I'm sorry.
So you got to be sometimes.
Mm-hmm. All right, next on
Well,
you.
you know, I like this. This
You
is a
MC.
squad right here. This is a squad. Like,
It's good. Good
Yeah.
introductory, I guess, video.
somebody's
Like,
gonna
yo.
come in like, I wonder if that Dante guy is gonna start ranting about Tom McFarlane. 20 seconds.
Exactly. That's the first thing I know they're gonna ask. Like, oh, we're gonna get double the rants each week. Oh, well, this is gonna be great. Like no.
Tell us how you really feel, Dante. Like,
Yeah, I can tell you. I'm telling you, after last night's episode, somebody called me a social justice warrior, and I was like, wow, that's the first time I've ever been called that.
Really? For
Yeah.
the comments that you made on Todd McFarlane?
Yeah.
I gotta watch this podcast now. Like, I gotta really watch this episode of Infinity Equation.
I don't know how to feel about it. I was like, wow, really? Okay. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm the SJW man.
Not that I promote stuff like this, but I'm just saying, you know, if you need somebody to kind of handle that guy.
Nah, I handle
But
it.
also let's let's praise Shardamus for not calling his ass out like right then and there on the podcast.
See, and that's the problem. I would have called him. I would have questioned him so bad. Like so.
That's the last we would have ever heard about McFarlane and Shardamus like working together at all, like
Exactly.
in any video. That'd have been the last time, bro. Because if it was me, I was like, what?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what do you mean by serial killer and children?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one kind of was just like, yo, bro, you kind of wild for that statement, but I guess like the Shardamus had like that nervous look on his face. It's that meme of that one dude who's like laughing, but you could tell like he just looks like he's dying inside. It's just like one of those where it's just like you don't know what to do. It's like, oh man, you deep shit.
You know, that's all right. Tom McFarlane dug his own grave, so.
I've already backed out of most McFarlane stuff. The big figures are still all right. I think so, but unless he releases a Spawn that actually has a cape, you know, I ain't messing with it.
You ain't gonna get an articulated Spawn for him. I'm telling you right now.
You got a throne Spawn before we got a Spawn.
What, 2/3 of a cape? Side eyeing everybody.
Wait, that one has side eyes too.
I'm sure, but the way he makes figures, yeah, he side eyes everybody. Like everybody side eyes everybody. Because well, I'm sorry, and this is the last point I'll make about him. He said because they used to do it with the old sports figures. We're not making sports figures anymore, Todd. This is DC. Yeah, this is not sports. This is not Kobe Bryant. This is not LeBron. This ain't Ken Griffey Jr. They're not there. And I don't know who Ken Griffey Jr. be side-eyeing anyway in sports either way. Like that's my thing. It's baseball. You gotta keep your eyes for it anyway. Like
because you can
basketball, maybe.
It's cool for like swappable heads, but he doesn't do swappable heads. He does
exactly
variant figures with different heads. It's like
and you think about it, like half of these characters got masks on, so how are they gonna side out anybody? Like their peripheral vision is like cut off like half the time. Like if I'm Green Lantern, I can't side out anybody because there's a spirit glue mask on my face. Mm-hmm. Batman couldn't side eye anybody because half of the cows like I know somebody's there.
That's like Keaton turned like this.
Flash, I could kind of see, but it would just depend. Like, you definitely would need to put in another head sculpt. I've seen like some of the poses that they do with the Flash figures. It makes sense, but that's only if you're doing like a display where you have like somebody running after Flash or something like that. Yeah. Him with the side eyes still really doesn't make any sense. But
again, they're great for customizers because if I saw that on a figure, like I low key want to get that movie Batman.
Yeah.
If I got that figure, I could easily repaint the eyes and it'd be like no big deal. But I'm not not everybody can paint eyes. You know, it took me a long time to paint eyes to get it done right. It's really difficult. But you know, it's different.
How long would you say it would take you to like actually get it down on pat?
Not that long, bro. It's probably like 5 minutes. Because it's just the process. Like there's a dude online because I watch videos of people who did it. they just painting eyes on statues, and you just have to take that down to a miniature scale and just be like, oh, okay, so you're good. You paint the background, paint the eye or the white, and then mark it with gray where you're gonna put the pupils, and then just do the black, do the iris, or do the colored if you're gonna do a colored eye, and then you put the little pupil and you're good. And if you want to go all ham, you could put the little white from the glimmer of the light type of stuff. But people get really crazy with it. But if you're just trying to recreate Mcfarlanes stuff, all you really have to do is just paint it white and then put a dot, and you're good, because that's all he does. Yeah, that's all he does.
Well, there you go, Nate. The first episode is because what happened with Toddy Mac.
McFarlane Haters Club.
No, that's what I'm going to do. That I'm going to put it as like introduction to put it in the podcast / Toddy Mac Hate Club. Like,
no, because my goodness, you do that, you're going to have awful. They're like, you all social justice warriors. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Okay, we can't have opinions. We have to stay allotted with
exactly. Like, oh my goodness, that's what the Toddy Mac Breakfast Club. There you go.
There you go. That's actually a pretty good one. Can we just name? We're just gonna rename, put it in the cart podcast. It's a Toddy Mac Breakfast Club. That'd be wild.
Yeah.
Honestly, I probably would do that in like the Instagram page parentheses.
Put
Toddy Mac Breakfast Club. Like,
you can put that, like a little parentheses in the about me bio.
Everybody's gonna be like, what do you mean by that? Like, hey, you got to watch the first episode to figure out what we're talking about.
Yeah. Like, and probably like the first 5 minutes of every other episode. Because this dumb mother. Like,
always pick a toy that looks stupid. Like, look at this fool. Look what he did now. What this man did now.
We're just gonna call out every single wave, like the side eyes, and just like.
The next thing I'll be like, yeah, look at his $3 comics over here. Like, he makes $3 comics, and look at the art that I'm getting in this.
Yeah,
I give it to him though. Some of his he does make good like army builder figures if you're trying to use them for other stuff and stuff like that though. Like some of his Fortnite stuff, like some of those are pretty legit. The Riddler,
but that's not him doing it.
Yeah,
you see the big difference. That's not him doing it. That's not him making the decisions on that.
Yeah.
He's like DC and Spawn is what he makes his decisions on. That's it.
He bought DC and he like was like, okay, I'm gonna start like making the decisions on toys again.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, Batman.
He's like, somebody said, hey, what do you want to start the line with? What we got out here? Well, we got these pictures of this character here. We're not sure who he is. We haven't got the names in yet. Well, he looks cool. He looks cool. He looks cool. He looks cool. I know that one Superman. He's got a little S on his chest, so that must be Superman. No, that's actually John Kent. That's his son. Whatever. Make him. Side eye them. So when they're looking at it straight, like they look like mannequins. Don't do that. Put the eyes like this.
He makes lanterns, dude.
I'm telling you, he's not going to make lanterns. He's not going to make them. If he makes them, I'll be super surprised.
He made Jon Stewart, but then he put Hal in a 2-pack, and I'm like,
yeah.
It's like you could have easily released Hal, dude.
No, he wanted to have a piece of cream.
You could have easily done Batman, Superman, like Green Lantern, who else? Flash, Wonder Woman, and like called it a day, like in a 6. But no, you could have done a build-a-figure of, I don't know, Darkseid. You would have been like through the roof, dude. Collectors would have been nuts over it. Would have been done.
He's like, you want Justice League? Nah, son. I'll give you more Batmans.
Batman Justice League. Dark Batman Justice League.
Yo. You want Hydro Batman? All right, he makes toys like we're still like in the Toy Biz era of Batman figures. You got a deep dive Batman.
Were we talking about the Batman with just all the suits and whatnot?
Yep, Arctic Batman. You spray him with cold water, his suit turns blue.
Wow. I mean,
has he done that?
He's done hazmat Batman.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at it. That's what it is.
He did hazmat Batman. He did a cold Batman. Actually, there is an Arctic one in this new wave where he's like wearing this big fur coat, like a Bane type of coat. So
Yeah.
you technically did do the Arctic Batman.
Yeah, see? He's just waiting for deep
Wait,
dive
so
Batman.
is that the only reason why he did? I forgot like the version of it, but it's Doomsday, but it's from like the Dark Metal universe. Is that the only reason why he did that figure?
Basically.
Because that just
cool.
happens to be a version of Batman.
Yeah.
No, he said because it looked cool. That's from his statement. He said it looked cool. You don't know who it is.
Because there's other characters in that dark or that metal Batman or whatever, but just didn't want to do them. Just did those 4, and he just did the Build-A-Figure, and he's out.
All right, I'm done. I'm not gonna say more about time.
Yeah.
I think we beat him to death.
I think we did like an hour of Todd McFarlane alone.
Breakfast Club.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the podcast. That's how we end it. Like,
Yeah.
send your hate and your comments about Todd in the description box, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Well, maybe not us. Dante will, but
yeah, because they're gonna all be directed at me.
He's just going to be responding to all the McFarlane.
I'm not even going to respond to him. I'm just going to be like, okay, whatever. It's just my opinion. It's how I feel. I understand you feel differently. That's fine. I'm not going to hold you to that.
Hey, everybody, this guy's talking disrespectful about our Lord and Savior, Tom McFarlane.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's how they are, pretty much. Like,
yeah, this is exactly what's going to happen. All right, Nick, that's you, sir.
Well, if I'm gonna hit in the back of my head with a tomato, I know now. That's how we ended. We see everybody here next week. Join us for episode 2 of the Hall video. I want to say Haulathon, but probably not.
Yeah.
Haulathon.
Yeah,
Haulathon video.
Well, this is something you can go out with. Like, put it in the cart. Put it in the cart. Hey, put it in the cart. Put it in the cart.
He's gonna take a clip of that and he's gonna put it over something.
It's just gonna be a repeat. Put it in the cart. Put it in the cart. Put it in the cart.
I was trying to agree to that and be serious about it, but when Fidel made that comment, I can't even take it serious no more. I probably will do that.
And then he's gonna put at the very end something that like a quote from Todd McFarlane is like, "See ya."
It's gonna be like, boys don't like girl toys.
There you go.
That's one to grow on.
If it's something that can't make you a serial killer, put it in the cart. Like,
there you go.
Damn.
Can the next episode just be one of his Spawn like cartoons, like intros, where he's just walking in like in a dark room?
Oh no, the one where he's like, oh, so that does you like, welcome. You know how Simmons has always been out to kill him. I was like, dude, why is he like, you're not Stan Lee? Stop this.
Dude, my favorite one, I don't know, like if you go back and watch those, I believe it's like episode 2, it just trips me out. He's like, do you believe in the dead? Like, do you believe in life after death? This shit trips me out, dude. Like, it's the funniest thing. Just like, I wish that somebody just did a compilation of those intros because they were wild, bro. After like season 1, I think they stopped them, but there were some of the best things on there, dude. It's just like he'd just be like an abandoned building, bro, and he's just like sitting like around like skulls, and it's just Todd McFarlane just hanging out. Like he just like does this.
He had the blackest suit on. I'm like, dude, like who got in that suit? Like, why is it so dark in here? I can barely see you.
Like, why is he a villain from The Crow? Anyway, sorry, we're getting on the tangent. My bad.
No, we're saving this for episode 2 for sure. For sure.
Seriously, go watch those videos. They're
the
hilarious.
Darkest Night suit. That's gonna be episode 2. The Darkest Night suit. It wasn't Batman.
Great.
Join us next week for the Hall. Join us next week for the Hall video / Tom McFarlane rants. Like, same place, same time, people. Thank you again, you three, for real.
You're welcome.
For sure.
We're gonna end like this. Put it in the cart. Hey, put it in the cart. Hey, put it in the cart. Hey, put it in the cart. You got Mr. Steele. You got Evan. You got Commander Kid Bash and Dark Jokers. Put it in the cart. Hey, put it in the cart. Hey, put it in the cart. You like Gundams? Put them in the cart. You like Multiverse?
No, that's literally how we're gonna end it from now on. Like, I'm just have to really get Dante in the recording studio. Like, that's
the very end is gonna be like, you want McFarlane? Throw it out the cart.
Fortnite, put it in the cut. 267 Batman from Mcfarlanes. Put it back on the shelf. You really don't need that.
They're gonna go on sale soon.
Oh shit. And again, thank you, gentlemen, and you guys have a good night for real.
Bye, everybody.
See y'all.
Peace.
See ya.